Start the car.
I hate this fucking job.
1986 was one of those rare cinematic years where Hollywood went as fast as it can go.
Bueller.
And most of it didn't even make it to the finish line. Sure, the year gave us hits like Top Gun and Aliens, but under the surface, there was an entire secret world of movies that bombed so hard they practically cratered, and then somehow crawled out decades later as beloved cult classics. So today, we're diving into the 1986 films that flopped at the box office, confused critics, baffled audiences, and then years later, became absolute fan favorites. Let's kick things off with the granddaddy of 1986 flops. Big Trouble in Little China, a $25 million martial arts fantasy action comedy monster from John Carpenter, starring Kurt Russell, and yet it made less than half its budget back. Audiences in 1986 looked at this movie like it was speaking another language, but today, this thing is a full-blown cult following. The characters, the comedy, the practical effects, the villains, it's a non-stop mirage of a dream that modern movie fans absolutely worship. Carpenter made a masterpiece. It just took the rest of the world 20 years to realize it. The Name of Rose, starring Sean Connery, in a medieval murder mystery that definitely wasn't what American moviegoers were looking for in '86. Domestically, this thing bombed hard. It was moody, atmospheric, slow. Europe loved it. The United States said, I think I'll go see Howard the Duck instead. But then the VHS-era hit, and the people rediscovered it. The creepy monastery setting, the detective story tension, the dark religious themes. Suddenly, this movie had depth and style people appreciated. Today, it's considered a hidden gem of the decade, a flop turned film school favorite.
Yet, I never knew, nor ever learned, her name.
What's that movie that wasn't supposed to scare you, but it did anyway? Ah, yes. Labyrinth. Jim Henson directing, David Bowie starring. Puppets everywhere. What could go wrong? Well, apparently everything. They cost around $25 million and only brought in about half that. Critics weren't impressed. Parents didn't get it. Kids weren't sure if you were supposed to be enchanted or terrified. But now, Labyrinth is a cultural phenomenon. Every frame is iconic. Every song is adored. Every Bowie performance is legendary. Fans rewatch it routinely. There's conventions, merchandise, screenings. It's one of the biggest cult classics of the entire decade. 1986 wasn't ready for this one, but the future sure was.
It doesn't look that far.
It's further than you think. Time is short. You have 13 hours in which to solve the labyrinth before your baby brother becomes one of us forever. Such a pity.
Before Silence of the Lambs, before Hannibal Lecter became a household name, there was Manhunter. Even though it's a Michael Mann film with a $15 million budget, it only scraped together a sad $8.6 million in return. This movie did not connect in theaters, but modern fans, they treat Manhunter like a blueprint. The neon atmosphere, the psychological depth, the cinematography, it's everything we associate with elevated crime thrillers. It didn't just get better with age, the entire genre evolved to meet it.
If you don't open your eyes, I'll staple your eyelids to your forehead. Well, here I am.
Enter the Wraith, the 1986 revenge movie where Charlie Sheen basically comes back from the dead as a supernatural car driving vengeance machine. This movie absolutely bombed. The studio barely marketed it, theaters barely screened it, and critics didn't even want to tolerate it. But then the VHS crowd discovered it in their parents' basement, and suddenly The Wraith became the late night rental everyone watched with their friends. It's ambient, it's weird, it's violent, it's so 80s it hurts. People now adore this movie for all the reasons 1986 didn't. Now let's talk trauma. Transformers, the movie, cost $6 million. It made about the same back and immediately became infamous for killing Optimus Prime, something no child in 1986 was emotionally prepared for. Parents complained, critics shrugged, box office flopped. But over the years, the movie became sacred. The soundtrack is amazing. The animation is wild. Fans absolutely cherish it. Modern audiences consider it the best Transformers movie ever made, even with the emotional damage. Then we've got Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Did you really kill your mama?
I guess I did.
A horror film so raw and disturbing that it barely got released. It was made for around $110,000 and trickled out to a tiny box office run. Critics didn't even know what to do with it, and censors absolutely hated it. But horror fans, they later treat this thing like a forbidden treasure. It's now considered one of the most influential indie movies ever made. A gritty, realistic nightmare that left a permanent mark on the genre. It's not fun horror, it's this changed everything horror. Trick or Treat, a low-budget, heavy metal horror movie featuring cameos from Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons, which sounds incredible today, but back in 1986, nobody showed up. It barely made money and faded fast. Then horror fans rediscovered it. The metal soundtrack, the supernatural angle, the cheesy, charming 80s vibes. Every Halloween, this movie gets pulled off the shelves and rewatched by fans who absolutely love its energy. It became a holiday cult staple. And there you have it, 8 movies from 1986 that didn't just flop, they absolutely face-planted, only to rise again as cult classics loved by fans all over the world. These films didn't win the box office, they won something better: longevity, personality, and identity. 1986 wasn't just a year of hits, it was a year of misunderstood gems. Movies that needed time to find the audience they finally deserved.
Damn, I was so right about those guys.
Come on, it's so obvious from the moment you see them together.
Yeah, I know, but they never copped to it like that before.
Well, they probably just didn't want you to feel left out.
Yeah? So what's changed? Just kidding!
Kidding.